What's up YouTube? For tonight's video we have a full Ash abandoned Pokemon team. Right now, quickly leave those theme team suggestions in the comment section below. You may be picked for a theme team if you get the highest thumbs up comments, or you could be picked for a Mystery Monday. Alright, this one is for Patreon. If you do want your theme team done, you can check it out in the description of the video. Right, now obviously some of these Pokemon that were abandoned by Ash, I couldn't actually get all of them, so I had to pick out some of the ones that were available to me at the moment. And with the Raticate, there was a Raticate there too. I picked the Alolan Raticate. That was the best thing I could do. Now obviously some of them were not abandoned by sense, but they were given away, or I was just including all those sort of options. Alright, so this one was against Max on my chat here. So I went for the U-turn on there, on the Primate there. Now we have a Masquerain lead there that's going to set up the sticky web here. So this is an interesting Haunter set. So going for the Swagger here. Now I'm relying on the other person to get the +2 in attack. Now this is a physical Haunter set. On this I've got a Psych up to copy the stat changes, so I can copy that. There's no way that Haunter can boost its attack, so I thought I'll try and do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to get hit by the Hydro Pump there by the Masquerain. Going for the Psych up here, I'm kind of hoping that it'll hit itself in Confusion, just to stall that extra turn out, so I can attack the next one. Alright, so Masquerain hits itself in Confusion there, which is really good. Now, I was thinking I could go for another Swagger, or I could copy those stat changes, or I could go for the full-out Poison Jab. I'd go for the full-out Poison Jab, and that takes out Masquerain, so I was very, very happy with that one working there. So I've got a +2 in attack there, and my Poison Jab is Stab. Alright, so out comes a Wailmer here. Taco Bell going for the Shadow Claw there. I'm trying to go for the crit there. Does a lot of damage. Now I'm going to hit by the Waterfall here. Waterfall looks really good in this this gen, the animation. Alright, so I'm going to get taken out by that, which sucks. Alright, so I bring in Raticate here, Alolan. Obviously, just remember, I couldn't use the normal Raticate. Now, Ash actually has Raticate for a very limited amount of time, and then he trades it back. Like, that's why I called it 10 out of 10 trade. It's sort of like, you know, sarcasm. Alright, so this has Fisher. I'm like, what? So there's nothing I can do against it. Just going for the Dark Pulse there, and guys, it does nothing. I'm using a Focus Energy Special Raticate. You know, it's got the greatest, you know, special attack in the world here. Going for the Hyper Beam here, and you guessed it, it lives on 1 health. Why does that, like, seriously, why does that always happen for? Okay, so it's going to get the rest off here. And that's bad. I'm not going to be able to do anything to this thing. I thought that was... I just thought that'd be enough to take it out, but unfortunately it wasn't. Okay, so I've got a recharge here. I just went for the Hyper Beam. So Wailmer's snoozing on the spot there a little bit. Doesn't have rest or sleep talk, so it's quite funny. So going for the Hyper Beam again, I just thought I'm going to try and get some damage on this and maybe bring something else in to try and finish this. It's very, very tanky there with the Everlight. Okay, so Wailmer is just... you know, snoozing on the spot there. It's going to wake up at this turn, and it's going to go for the Fissure again, and I avoid the attack, thank God, because that's very, really scary. Okay, so swapping out Alolan Raticate there, since Hyper Beam's going to be a 3-hit KO, it's just going to keep on healing. So bringing Primate here. Now, this was one of the ones Ash gave away. I was a bit salty about this one when I was a kid. So if you didn't watch it, Ash actually gave this away to a guy called Anthony. This was in like the episode, like the fighting tournament one, I believe. So yeah, that was a bit salty with that one, especially when I was a kid. I was like, oh, I could have kept him. Anyways, so that's the final gambit, getting rid of the Wailmer, bringing in Alolan Raticate again, and we have the Emolga coming out here. Now I'm going to get a drop in speed due to that sticky web here. I've got Ice Beam on this thing. I actually outspeed. I'm like, what the so somehow I outspeed there, get a huge amount of damage there on Ice Beam, which is good. Oh, Emolga just gets the sub off. That was so close. If I was the crit, that would have died. I've got the Scope Lens on this one, obviously, too, there, to get the 100% crit ratio after I use the Focus Energy there. Okay, so Emolga's sub is going to break there. It's going to go for the Spark or Hype. It's a physical set. So that's quite a bit of damage there to me. I'm just going to go for the Focus Energy here. So I thought, well, I can easily take the next Spark, right? I might as well have it, so, you know, my moves are all hitting 100% crit. Okay, I just had to pray that I didn't get paralyzed by Spark. So I took the risk, it paid off, and I was able to get the Ice Beam off and take out the Emolga there. So some very interesting sets on both sides of the field this time. Not only mine. Okay, so we have the Railu coming out here. This thing's going to be able to easily take me out. I just went for Hyper Beam here. That was my best option. It's going to go for the Copycat here. I believe it's going to use... yeah, it's going to use Ice Beam. Now, I actually have the Thick Fat there. It doesn't affect me anyway, so I'm going to go for the Hyper Beam there, and that's just going to absolutely demolish Railu. So, you know, Hyper Beam, special attacking Hyper Beam, guys, breaking the meta once again. All right, so Lurantis is going to come in here. I'm on recharge. It's probably going to use just... I was going to say Petal Blizzard, but I had Leaf Storm, sorry. So I'm going to obviously get outsped, and that's going to get a special attack boost. So I need to take this thing out. It can get stacked quite high with the contrary boost. It's also got a Life Orb there too, so it's going to do a lot of damage. All right, so bring in Butterfree here. Now, Butterfree left. Obviously, Ash for his little mates. That was I remember watching that episode when I was really, really young. All right, so somehow it lives the Air/Specs. And it's going to go for the Nature Power here. That does a crap load of damage. I just hang on myself there. And it's going to go down to the Life Orb damage there. So that was crazy. Okay. So we have the Lapras here. This is the last Pokemon. The best thing I have here, I'm locked, obviously, sorry, I didn't go for that. I went for the Silver Win there. I was trying to go for some boosts. Scumbag boost, but that's only a very tiny chance, being 10%. All right, so I'm going to go down to the Whirlpool, which is interesting. I was like, okay, my Lapras has that move on this team too. That was interesting. Now, Haunter was also given to Sabrina, so when I had this whole team as a bandit, I thought, like, you know, Ash just giving the Pokemon away, or the Pokemon actually going away itself for reasons, those sort of things. Okay, so Lapras is going to go for a Sheer Cold. I'm like, oh, no, not another one-hit KO move. So going for the Toxic here, I really need to take this thing out. It's if it's going to be spamming Sheer Cold. Okay, so we've had a Fissure Whale and Sheer Cold Lapras now. All right, so this is a very, very bulky special defensive set on this. This is actually a Scumbag Dragon Breath set too, so I was going to try and spread as much hacks as I could. The Lapras lands the Sheer Cold, and I'm going to go down. Rip. So, guys, the last Pokemon I have is also a Lapras. Now, this is probably one of the funny bits, right? On my Lapras, I had a Perish Song set, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to probably take this Lapras out if it's got Rest, but I'm going to be able to draw the match because I've got Perish Song on my Lapras. And I've got Whirlpool as well, which is quite funny. It's that Perish Song trapping set that I've used a couple of times. Then the other Lapras is Perish Song. I'm like, whoa, it's got it too. So I had Whirlpool and Perish Song like I had. I had Rest on mine with Chesto Berry, and I had Protect there to try and stall out some of the turns with the Perish Song. Okay, so at the point, we were both going to die. If this Lapras didn't have Rest, it was going to, well, whoever fainted first was going to lose. All right, so the other Lapras is going to use Protect, which is quite funny because I actually used Protect this turn too, trying to stall out their toxic damage. So I was thinking, maybe they don't have Rest because it's already used, it's already used 4 moves. Well, they don't because they've already used 4 moves, derp. All right, anyway, so the Lapras is racking up quite a bit of damage there. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit tired at the moment narrating if you haven't work that one out. All right, so Lapras is going to go for the Protect here again, trying to stall out the toxic damage there on itself. Cap up. Right, so obviously it can't do anything here. It's going to end up in being a draw there because the Perish Song is going to take. That's the next turn, but you can see the Lapras is going to die next turn there to the poison. However, the toxic damage actually kicks in before the Perish Song count goes down. So technically, I won this, but we both fainted anyway. So a very, very interesting battle. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I actually am going to be on holiday tomorrow, so I've got some more uploads coming for you. Peace.